From the hangar in Lancaster, California, I'm Jacobo.
And I'm Angel.
On this episode of L28 News, the city welcomes the United Soccer League to the future home for professional soccer here in the city. Coverage of this year's Sunset Soiree at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve, the grand opening of Avenue K's Quick Quack Car Wash, and Lancaster's latest tool for repairing our city roads.
The unveiling of the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve's Lifelines exhibit, a highlight of the High Desert Cruisers car show, a recap of Lancaster High School's homecoming game against Little Rock, and a look at the Soul Plaza Boutique's Yellowstone Hibachi Grill.
In a groundbreaking announcement at the Lancaster Municipal Stadium, popularly known as the Hangar, the City of Lancaster and the United Soccer League unveiled plans to introduce men's professional and women's pre-professional soccer to the Antelope Valley. The historic stadium will undergo significant renovations, transitioning from its prior minor league baseball configuration to a dedicated soccer arena with over 5,000 seats. John Smeltzer, founder and president of the USL, and Deputy CEO Justin Papadakis expressed their excitement at the press conference, outlining the promising journey ahead for soccer fans in the region. With the USL now in its 13th season, the addition of the USL Antelope Valley is set to further cement the league's reputation on a national stage. USL League One, a USSF-sanctioned third division professional league, is currently wrapping up its 5th regular season and showcases 12 robust teams, with plans to double that number in the coming years. Adding to the excitement, affordable ticket plans, new club seats, and existing luxury suites will be made available to fans. But perhaps the most awaited feature for diehard fans is the standing-only supporters section, located behind the north goal. This section will be the stomping grounds for the club's most passionate supporters, appropriately named the 661. After the press conference, L28 spoke with key figures shaping the future of soccer in the Antelope Valley. The USL's John Smeltzer and Justin Papadakis shared insights on this game-changing partnership and their vision for soccer in the region.
Well, thank you, John, so much for being on L28 today. Can you explain to us how the stadium is going to be reimagined?
Yeah, absolutely. So the current capacity right now for baseball is 4,200. We're going to convert it to a squared-off soccer-specific stadium that'll seat 5,300. We're going to have a grandstand here in what is now right center field. We'll have another grandstand between the north goal, and then we're going to maintain this structure here, which will be essentially where the corner flag is. So we'll have a synthetic field, and it's going to be great. It's what I would call a proper football stadium. I think in terms of opportunity, yeah, there are kids who will end up playing for us, but I think this is a pathway. It shows a way to aspire to something bigger and something better. And so even if a kid comes along and maybe he's not quite good enough to make the pro team, well, then maybe he gets a D1 college scholarship, or maybe he or she decides they want to work in the front office of sports. So I think our opportunities are going to be both specific and also symbolic.
And how has it been working with the city of Lancaster to make this dream come true?
It's been fantastic. It's literally been less than a year since our first meeting. Everyone at the city is responsive, growth-oriented, and they want what's best for the city and also the valley. Like when I first came to the club, I said, listen, we can't call the club Lancaster because we need to have the whole Antelope Valley support it, and the city immediately agreed with that. Since day one, this has been an Antelope Valley project, but it's just amazing, the resources, the support, the vision. Couldn't ask for a better situation.
Do we have a projected completion date?
Yeah, so our goal is to kick off our first season in March of 2025. I think that's going to be pretty doable. We've got to do some architectural work, then we have to do a little bit of demolition, and then the construction of the modular stands is actually very, very quick and cost effective. So if we keep on track that we're on now, I think we should easily be able to play by March of 25.
This stadium is beautiful to begin with, and the city has built an incredible venue, but it's going to be taken up 10 levels when we reimagine it for soccer. We call our stadiums our community living rooms, and I don't know that there's going to be a better community living room in the country than here in Lancaster. So I'm so excited for 2025 where I can come here and be with 5,300 amazing fans. And again, the supporters group, William Ramirez, 661, that section is going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be smoke bombs. It's going to be intimidating for all the teams coming in here. But the supporters group in soccer are unique. They provide the soundtrack to our matches. And again, I don't know if there's going to be a better one in the country than here in Lancaster.
Lancaster City Council members Ken Mann and Lauren Hughes Leslie highlighted the potential benefits for the community and the excitement building up amongst the local soccer fans. Here's our correspondent Brianna Herrera from The Hangar with more.
The transformation is truly symbolic of the ever-changing dynamics of our city. The city of Lancaster is adapting, evolving, and always striving for excellence. So it's very symbolic of that.
I had the opportunity early on, several months back, to be able to go do a trip and see one of the teams and see the stadium. Again, they were repurposed a stadium over to, well, from a baseball stadium over to a soccer stadium. And it was amazing. When you stepped out, first of all, you would have never known it was a baseball stadium. And so impressive, the excitement, it was overwhelming to me. And I was making a comment, there was probably at least 2,000 elementary age students that were involved in soccer programs that were there that night. Now, whether that was a regular night or if that was like something special, it was overwhelming and the place was packed out. But I'll tell you what, it starts with the youth, and then ultimately we've got these semi-pros, and then the success stories where we were able to meet people that went, soccer players that went on to become professionals. And who would think? So I think what's in the future is we may have some professional soccer players come out of the Antelope Valley, specifically Lancaster. So when somebody says, what do you think it could bring to the community? Well, economically, it's going to be over the top. But I think the potential for people to really see who they could be, and they could get their start just right here in Lancaster. I feel good because now we don't have a city asset underutilized. So, yep, exactly. And I think monetarily, it's going to be incalculable to figure out the millions of dollars it's going to bring here.
Upon its anticipated completion in 2025, the revamped Lancaster Stadium will stand as one of the USL League One's premier facilities. Moreover, it will earn the distinction of being only the 4th professional soccer-specific stadium in Southern California. With this monumental partnership, the Antelope Valley community is set to be treated to a world-class soccer experience in the coming years. For more information, you can visit the USL League One website linked in the description below, as well as the QR code shown on your screen.
Jacobo, how exciting is it that Lancaster is reimagining the Hangar and making it a soccer arena?
I think it's really cool. I mean, personally, I've never played soccer or really been into soccer, so I would love to see the energy and see, like, the whole vibe of having professional soccer here in the city. And speaking of energy, at the celebration at Don Sal's that happened, the 661 supporters mentioned in your report were there. It was a huge turnout. Don Sal's was turned into what felt like a mini soccer game almost. There were kids kicking balls around outside. They had guest speakers from the Antelope Valley who play for professional teams and for their college teams. So all in all, I'm excited to see what the soccer arena brings to the city. The picturesque city of Lancaster was bathed in a warm orange glow as art enthusiasts and nature lovers gathered at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve for a truly unforgettable event, the Sunset Soiree. The occasion not only celebrated the work of acclaimed artist Nancy Baker Cahill, but also marked the grand opening of her mesmerizing augmented reality exhibit, Lifelines. Andy Campanoni, the Director of Museums here in Lancaster, shared a few words with our L28 correspondent Brianna Herrera about how the annual Sunset Soiree has an impact on the city and the Lancaster Museum and Public Art Foundation. Campanoni also expands on how the proceeds for events like the Sunset Soiree have an impact on the local art community and what kind of excitement awaits residents here in Lancaster. Stay tuned for more.
So this is our annual fundraiser for the Lancaster Museum and Public Art Foundation. And we do 2 each year, our Mother's Day tea in May and then the Sunset Soiree in October. All of the proceeds from this event will go towards the programming for the City of Lancaster's museums. And that kind of leads us right into the support for our public art. Council and Lancaster Museum and Public Art Foundation both support the funding for our public art in the community. And this particular Lifelines piece was part of our annual public art program, one of two, the first one being Super Bloom that we installed last month, and this one, Lifelines by Nancy Baker Cahill, this month. And we're really excited about it because it's an opportunity to actually not install anything, right? We're in nature and we're not touching the seed bed, we're not crushing the brush, but you can literally have a public art experience out in nature with your phone, or as Nancy calls it, the black mirror, which I love. But it's an opportunity for everyone to experience public art in their daily life, both in town and out in like the natural preserve. Every dollar that we raise today will help classrooms take a field trip. It will pay for transportation for those classes. It pays for the materials for the art projects that they get to do at the museum after taking a tour. But it also helps with education, and we support the local art community through professional development, like our programs like our pollinators group at Cedar Center, and other professional development for creatives. The weekly Friday night open mic and the monthly concert series. So it's not just for the kids, it's also for young like burgeoning artists, both in performance and in the visual arts, helping them learn how to create a contract or create a demo tape, which now we'll be able to tape. I say tape because that's like so old fashioned. I'm dating myself, but we just opened, well, we're about to open this Studio 606, which is a full state-of-the-art podcasting studio and recording studio. So in addition to these kids getting an opportunity to perform in public, they'll also be able to create their own recordings. So we're really excited about it, yeah.
Council members Lauren Hughes Leslie and Ken Mann were in attendance to talk about their experience with the Lifelines exhibit, along with council's support of art engagement in the community and what the benefits of holding events like the Sunset Soiree are. Let's head to the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve for more.
We had such an extraordinary time viewing Lifelines. It was the perfect blend of enchantment of art and the wonders of the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve. So yeah, we had such a great time, and we were able to download the app and interact with it.
And then Ken, can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing here with the Sunset Soiree right now?
Obviously, this was the introduction of the app, and I was able to, I downloaded it before we started. So by the time we got finished with the ribbon cutting, it was already on my phone. So I was able to bring it up, and it's amazing, as I stated when we spoke just briefly for the ribbon cutting, this is so neat when we immerse technology with nature. And I think to bring, I spoke a little bit about the seniors in the app, and we might need to help them a little bit, but it's amazing how somebody comes up with that idea of making this art blend with technology. And to me, that's like, wow, so impressive.
Catering was provided by Lucky Luke Brewing on the Boulevard, offering a spread of culinary delights that perfectly complemented the evening's ambiance. An open bar, staffed with cocktail waitresses, ensured that guests had their favorite drinks at hand as they mingled and enjoyed the event. There was also dessert served by the Lemon Leaf Cafe and Eat and Ice that welcomed guests to end their evening on a sweet note. To the delight of attendees, live entertainment was provided by the talented Sweetwater Gentlemen, whose soulful country-inspired tunes set the mood for a night of socializing and dancing. The band's performances had guests grooving to the rhythm, creating a lively and spirited atmosphere. Adding an extra layer of excitement to the evening was a raffle, which saw one lucky winner take home exquisite gift baskets from Bravery Brewing Company and the Yoga Roots. The raffle added an element of anticipation to the event, with attendees eagerly hoping for a chance to win these coveted prizes. Throughout the night, attendees marveled at the stunning natural surroundings of the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve, highlighting the seamless connection between art and nature that the Sunset Soiree aimed to celebrate.
Well, it seems like the Sunset Soiree was a really good time, and I mean, who doesn't like an open bar? And it goes to a good cause.
I agree, it was definitely a lot of fun. We saw a lot of key figures from the city at the event as well, Brian and Kara from Bravery Brewing were there, Donna Hill, we had our council members as well. So it was overall a night of celebration and good vibes.
And then what about for local residents who maybe didn't get a chance to attend this year's event? What about next year?
Our L28 viewers who didn't get a chance to attend this year's Sunset Soiree can be sure to attend next year, as the proceeds go towards helping various art engagement projects here in the city. Don't go anywhere. When we return from the break, we'll be covering the grand opening of Avenue K's Quack Car Wash, along with an update on the city's latest efforts to repair potholes here in Lancaster.
Welcome back to L28. Next, we'll be highlighting Lancaster's efforts to keep drivers safe via the Public Works Department's brand new potholing vehicle, followed by coverage of Quack Car Wash's ribbon cutting celebration on Avenue K and 15th Street West. If you're a local resident here in the city, then you know that potholes are an ongoing issue that seem to reappear after every rainy season. That's why the Lancaster's Public Works Department has ushered in a new era of road maintenance with their cutting-edge potholing vehicle. This state-of-the-art machine promises to revolutionize the daily commute for local residents by offering faster and more permanent solutions to road imperfections, ensuring smoother and safer journeys for all. As the vehicle hits the streets, anticipation grows for the transformative impact it will have on the city's infrastructure and the lives of its commuters. Let's head over to the city's Department of Public Works Maintenance Yard to learn more about the ongoing efforts to keep our city streets safe and secure.
One of the things you can avoid while driving out here in the city is potholes. I'm Jacobo Garrido, and right now I'm standing on top of one of the many potholes here in Lancaster. But don't worry, because these daily commutes are going to get a lot smoother because the city's Public Works Department is utilizing a brand new potholing truck.
Potholes have long been a notorious menace for local drivers here in Lancaster, posing a significant threat to road safety, having the potential to cause extensive damage to vehicles. However, relief is on the horizon with the introduction of the city's cutting-edge potholing truck, a revolutionary solution that promises to benefit Lancaster's daily commuters while simultaneously enhancing the city's public works team's broader mission of keeping roads safe and accessible for local residents. The Lancaster Public Works Department is looking to combat these issues head-on with the deployment of their new potholing truck, a state-of-the-art solution designed to address the city's ongoing problem that seems to multiply after every rainy season. While they might not seem menacing at first glance, these road imperfections can lead to serious consequences for both drivers and pedestrians alike. But thanks to the City of Lancaster's continued innovative efforts, their state-of-the-art vehicle is set to revolutionize road maintenance throughout the city and improve the daily lives of local residents who rely on safe and smooth roads for their daily commute. To help us get a better understanding of everything that this new vehicle is set to accomplish, I got the chance to speak with the lead maintenance worker for the asphalt crew, Brian Bailey, who explained to us more about the value of this vehicle and even gave us a closer look at the ins and outs of this transformative piece of machinery.
Well, it's just, the mission is to make the roads and the throughways, safe for travel, and this is going to help us to better make repairs, the smaller repairs, to where they last longer, and it also is better efficiency for the material and less waste for the city. So, we're saving that taxpayer money. It could be the construction of the road. It just could be compaction underneath. Water is definitely a problem. So typically when you get a crack on the road, the crack starts at the bottom of the asphalt and it works its way up. So when it gets to the top, it's already cracked through the whole side. And then once water gets into those cracks, it'll start getting down into the A-base area, into the ground area, and then it'll make it, problematic. And then that's when you get like pieces start cracking out, and then you got the heavy trucks driving over it, the dump trucks, the waste management trucks, those are tough for the road to handle, and so it just over time, roads get older, and then that happens.
Local drivers can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that the potholing truck's rapid response will result in smoother and, more importantly, safer roads. Fewer potholes mean reduced vehicle damage and a lower risk of accidents, ultimately making Lancaster roadways a safer and more pleasant experience for all. As Lancaster embraces the cutting-edge technology, it is clear that the potholing truck represents not just a solution to road management, but a commitment to improving the overall quality of life for city residents. With safer roads and reduced vehicle repair costs, Lancaster's commuters can look forward to a smoother journey, while the city's Public Works Department is poised to elevate its maintenance efforts to new heights, ensuring that potholes are no longer a menace on Lancaster streets.
So don't worry, local residents, because our Public Works team is about to make our daily commutes a lot smoother. This has been Jacobo Garrido reporting for L28 News.
Jacobo, as someone who's lived in Lancaster my whole life, I can tell you potholes are a huge, huge thing to overcome. If you're driving around, if you're new to driving in the city, it might be something that freaks you out.
I mean, like, not only sometimes I'll try to dodge them, but that could also cause, you know, either an accident or you to like swerve off the road. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and you're just like, oh, it hurts every single time. You're just like, oof. So I'm happy that the city is like deploying a new permanent and, you know, safe solution.
I agree. So thank you to the City of Lancaster and the Public Works Department for all your hard work in getting this potholing vehicle on the road. The Avenue K Shopping Plaza was buzzing with excitement as Quack Car Wash celebrated its grand opening with a splash of enthusiasm. The event attracted a sizable crowd eager to experience the innovative car wash service and partake in the festivities. I had the opportunity to speak with the City of Lancaster's Mayor Paris, Councilwoman Lauren Hughes-Leslie, and Councilman Ken Mann, who speak about the excitement of the event and what these new beginnings will bring to the city and its residents. Let's head to Quack for more.
So what are your thoughts on the grand opening here in Lancaster today?
Oh, my initial thoughts are I'm just incredibly excited. What a great opportunity for the City of Lancaster and for Quack Car Wash. That's a mouthful. Try saying that 10 times. But I'm just so excited for them. I know this business is going to just flourish here in the city. And I'm so impressed and amazed and truly inspired by their ability to give back to the community and their passion. Like the owner said earlier, smart, kind. Those are their mottos that they live by. Every employee embodies that. And I'm just so excited for them to be a part of our organization and here in the city.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Councilmember. Ken Mann, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Just impressive when we heard that they have 200 units. That's impressive. And it sounds like they have a really good, successful business model. And then giving back to the community, great idea. That's just brilliant. Good, just great for the community. If you do the math calculation, somebody over on the accounting side, typically money changes hands 3 times. So between the jobs that they provide and the income stream, I think it's going to be extremely beneficial. And again, I'm looking forward, when they talk about the things they're doing for charity, as they did yesterday, that's just a really great idea. So I'm impressed.
Remember, don't drive dirty. That's what it says. Don't drive dirty.
Drive dirty. That's a good one.
The highlight of the day was undoubtedly the giant inflatable duck that towered over the entrance, serving as a fitting symbol of Quack's quirkiness and commitment to providing a unique car washing experience. Quackles, the company's beloved mascot, was also present, delighting attendees by posing for photos and videos, spreading cheer and laughter. Notable figures including District Director for Senator Scott Wilk, Donna Hill, and Assemblyman Juan Carrillo were in attendance to extend their warmest congratulations and encouragement to the Quack team for their successful business venture, presenting them with certificates of recognition. In the spirit of celebration, Quack offered swag bags to all guests. These bags contained a variety of goodies, including your very own Quack drawstring bag, a plushie of the lovable Quackles, sunglasses, and more, ensuring that attendees left with memorable souvenirs of the event. Perhaps the most exciting part of the grand opening was the announcement that Quack Car Wash would be offering free car washes to the community for an entire 12 days straight. This generous offer immediately drew a long line of eager customers in the days that followed. The free car washes were not only a token of appreciation for the community's support, but also a chance for Quack to showcase their state-of-the-art car wash technology and exceptional service. I also had a chance to speak with the store leader, Manuel Casalas, about how it feels to open his store here in Lancaster. We also touch on their environmentally friendly washes and their benefits, along with how viewers can stay up to date with all things Quack. Let's take a look.
We're just here try to, do what we can for the community. One, we thrive on what our mission is. That's to change lives for the better. Our mission here, we want to change the community for the better. We want to be able to help the team members that applied with us and are working with us to help change the community, change their life as well. And, by hiring those smart, kind of driven individuals, I think we'll be able to accomplish that. Lancaster has really welcomed us with open arms, and we're just trying to make sure that we give back what was given to us.
So for viewers who may not be aware, Quack Car Wash puts a heavy emphasis on environmentally friendly practices. Would you care to expand on some of those?
Yeah, absolutely. So our car wash actually runs on 80% recycled water. And that recycled water is actually very good for the environment. A lot of people might say, oh, it might be a little bit dirty, but I can guarantee you that dirty water, you could actually put it on your lawn and it'll help your grass grow very healthy. So the best part about Quack Car Wash is that we're not only not using water for the environment or not using water that's necessary for other places, but we're recycling our own water, and about 80% of it gets used right back into our wash.
That's wonderful. So people can come get their car washed and give back to the environment in their own unique way.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. And for viewers who want to stay up to date with all things Quack Car Wash, where can they find that information?
You can go to our website. It's called don'tdrivedirty.com. Feel free to check it out. It has all the information there for you guys. And hopefully you guys can visit us for our free washes starting tomorrow for all week next week, all the way until the following Sunday. Free car washes here at Quack.
The grand opening of Quack Car Wash was a resounding success, combining fun and festivity with a commitment to delivering top-notch car wash services to the residents and visitors of Lancaster.
I don't know about you, Angel, but once we're finished up here in the studio, I'm going to head over to Quack and get me a free car wash.
I agree. It's right in the shopping plaza with Dutch Bros and Sprouts, so you could probably do a little bit of shopping afterwards. A fun fact that wasn't mentioned in the report, Quack Car Wash is offering PSL car washes. You know what that is?
Pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
They would. They're smart. I mean, it's perfect for the season, October.
I agree. So stop by Dutch Bros, get yourself a PSL, and then get your car its own PSL.
PSL everywhere.
PSL. L28. When we return from the break, L28 will be covering the opening of Nancy Baker Cahill's Lifelines, an exhibit that combines nature and technology, followed by the High Desert Cruisers Car Show at Tom's Family Restaurant, a unique experience for guests of all ages.
Thank you for tuning in to L28. Next up, the grand opening of Lifelines, an augmented reality exhibit that's found its home at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve. We'll also be bringing viewers coverage of October's High Desert Cruisers Car Show, which featured classic cars and tons of activities in the Tom's Family Restaurant parking lot. Nature enthusiasts and art aficionados alike gathered at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve this week to witness the unveiling of an exhibit that seamlessly merges technology and the natural world. Renowned artist Nancy Baker Cahill's latest creation, Lifelines, has transformed the preserve into an augmented reality AR wonderland that breathes new life into the area. The Lifelines exhibit is a stunning display of the power of art and technology to create an immersive experience that transports visitors into a reimagined woodland preserve. Utilizing a combination of visual and auditory effects, this AR exhibit brings the desert landscape to life like never before. Cahill's vision is to connect people with nature in a way that awakens their senses and creates a deeper appreciation for the environment. L28's Tiffany Johnson spoke with Nancy Baker Cahill about how guests can view Lifelines and what makes the exhibit so special. Cahill also talks about the inspiration to combine technology and nature, the hope she has for viewers who see Lifelines, and all the ways the community can stay up to date with the artist. Let's head to the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve for more.
Nancy, first off, congratulations for this beautiful achievement. If you could walk the viewers through what interaction is going on through this piece of art.
Yes, thank you so much. Augmented reality is not necessarily something everyone is super familiar with. Certainly, anybody who uses like a Snapchat filter is somewhat familiar with it, but this is a little different. This is essentially land art, it's public art. So we've taken a very, very small model and then amplified it, made it 3D, make it breathe, make it animate. And the way that you access this artwork is through a free app, which is my app called Fourth Wall. So it's the number 4th wall, and it's available on Android and iOS. And basically what you'll do is you'll come to the Prime Desert Woodland. You'll show up exactly here at this spot. This will not be a temporary sign. This will be a permanent sign. And you open the app, you tap coordinates. There's a button called coordinates, and it will automatically scan this image. And you give it, make sure sound is enabled, super, super important. We have a beautiful soundscape by Ana Luisa Petrisco, which I can talk about in a minute. And then it will give it a second, you'll see a little spinning wheel, and it'll appear right behind you. And it's massive, it's monumental. So you will, or whoever's doing it, will be dwarfed by it. It's just enormous. But the beauty is that, of course, you can not only experience it at that scale, but also really from any direction on these beautiful paths. And so it might be confusing to people to show up who are curious, who are thinking, wait a second, where's the art? And the truth is the art is actually either in your mobile device or your tablet, and you just have to activate it. It's both visible and invisible. So as a medium, it's a really perfect kind of metaphor container for the unseen story, the untold story. And that's what makes it perfect for such a pristine historic location like this.
You've taken such a courageous step to blend two worlds that two people kind of try to push away, technology and creativity. What encouraged you to do so?
Well, I think it's undeniable that in many cases, technology, and in most cases, I would argue, has been used extractively and has not been used for good. So, but that said, these are tools, and while they're not neutral by any stretch, we do have the opportunity to use them in more creative and innovative ways, and in ways that actually enhance an experience versus detract from it. So I think I've always taken a pretty critical approach to technology. I think it's very fraught. There are all kinds of issues around it that affect people in very material ways. And yet there are so many ways in which it is frankly kind of magical. And if we can create experiences that are deeply memorable, moving, impactful, we should.
Nancy, if the viewers want to see more of your art, where can they reach out to you?
I would say the two easiest places to reach me are on Instagram, Nancy Baker Cahill, at Nancy Baker Cahill, and also my website, nancybakercahill.com. And Cahill, by the way, is spelled Cahill. I think a lot of people tend to spell it with a K. And the one thing I hope is that when and if people come and engage with the work and record the work and kind of write themselves into it and collaborate with it, that they will tag me, tag the museum, tag City of Lancaster, whatever they want, so that we can then reshare it and really act as kind of a network ourselves to share some of this experience.
Congratulations again, Nancy. If you come out to check out this art, make sure you tag Nancy, tag Moa, and use art through community. Back to you guys.
You know, Angel, it's really cool to see that artists are now making, art creations that aren't intrusive to the natural landscape, especially here at the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve.
I agree. And for viewers who may not have been aware of what Lifelines is, it's an augmented reality. So you made a good point earlier. It's like Pokemon Go, but art.
But an art exhibit.
Yeah, so like you pull up your phone, you scan the QR code at the little poster thing that's going to be over where Lifelines is. It pulls up the app, you download the app, and then from there you're able to see a reimagined woodland preserve. So like you mentioned, it's non-obtrusive. Literally everything's on your phone. You're stepping on the preserve's own trails and you're just seeing a new world. The High Desert Cruisers Club is revving up excitement every first Saturday of the month at Tom's Family Restaurant, offering a delightful spectacle of classic cars and camaraderie here in Lancaster. In a town known for its thriving club culture, this event stands as a shining example of the diverse communities that have made Lancaster their home.
Yeah, I've been here several times. We got several different car groups, but when we come up here, it's like we all one big group. It's like a big family all the time,
During their season, the High Desert Cruisers transformed the Tom's Family Restaurant parking lot into an automotive wonderland, complete with cars, games, and so much more.
Well, when you come here, obviously there's the car show, and we are, by the way, one of the few that is free with trophies. And we give awards, just to worthy cars along the way. But we also have some fun with the kids, and so we do things like fan belt toss, onto a cone, and we have a Hot Wheels drag strip for the kids. And then today we're going to do spare tire bowling, because it's a little lawnmower tire. So it should be fun for the kids. And just have them enjoy.
Glenn Gork, president of the High Desert Cruisers, shares with viewers how he got his start in the club.
In 2018, after I survived cancer, I bought a 1966 Corvette that I had wanted all my life, and I decided money didn't make any difference. I just wanted it. And so that's how I got connected to the club. And then somehow last year I got voted into this president's job.
Glenn also takes the time to share a message with our viewers.
Because we're at Tom's and, a little off the beaten track to some extent, we don't always have so much, drive-by traffic. So the invitation is to come by and hang out and be here and maybe buy a couple of raffle tickets, because there's some good stuff that goes out of the raffle too. But it also goes for a good cause in the end. So, yeah, we'd love to have people just come by and look. And it's really great for all the folks participating. And one of the biggest things is for somebody to come by and say, "Oh, I remember riding in the back of one of those cars." And the guys and the ladies just feel so good when they hear that.
The High Desert Cruisers Club isn't just about cars. It's about forging connections and creating a safe haven for people to share their love for all things automotive. Lancaster's vibrant club scene is emblematic of the town's inclusive spirit, welcoming individuals from diverse backgrounds to celebrate their shared passions. Jacobo, at first glance, car shows kind of just sound like shows where cars are put on display and everything is shiny and all nice and neat. But the more Bree and I talked with people who were in attendance and people who had their cars, we began to realize this car club is more like a family. It's like a home away from home for these people. So it's really awesome that Lancaster gives them a safe space to be able to come together, bask in the cars and all things automotive, but still spend time with the people they care about.
Yeah, I don't think I could say it any better than you laid it out right there. But yeah, those cars are kind of like their baby, right? Like they take care of it, they make sure it looks nice and new, and they obviously want to talk to other people who are interested in the same, interests or hobbies. So yeah, I think it's really cool that Lancaster not only has an avenue for people who are interested in cars, but we have sports, music, good food. We have pretty much everything.
Yeah. So glad you could join us today. When we come back from the break, today's episode will be concluding with coverage of an exciting match as Lancaster High School takes on Little Rock High at their homecoming game, followed by a visit to Soul Plaza Boutique's Yellowstone Hibachi Grill, who serve up fresh hibachi grilled plates.
Thank you for joining L28's Watch Till the End Club. We'll be closing today's episode with a matchup between the Little Rock Lobos and the reigning CIF champions, Lancaster Eagles, as they face off at what locals call the Eagle's Nest, in a feature on Yellowstone Hibachi Grill located in Soul Plaza Boutique. In this week's thrilling football matchup, brought to you by L28 Sports and voiced by local play-by-play sports broadcaster Ronnie Wald, local favorites and reigning CIF champs, the Lancaster Eagles took on the Little Rock Lobos in a highly anticipated game that had fans on the edge of their seats. The stage was set under the Friday night lights at the Eagle's Nest, where the Lancaster football enthusiasts gathered to witness the action under the crisp fall conditions that the Antelope Valley is known for. Coming off a tough 20-7 loss to Quartz Hill the previous week, the Lancaster Eagles were determined to bounce back and secure another home win, improving their 2-3 record for the season. Meanwhile, the Little Rock Lobos were looking to avenge their 1-4 record up to that point. From the opening kick, it was evident that the weather would play a significant role, with the local reports stating that there would be gusts of up to 20 miles per hour. The hometown favorites, Lancaster High, wasted no time getting on the scoreboard, taking a swift 7-0 lead. In a remarkable offensive display, they added 2 more touchdowns and successfully executed 3 field goal attempts, all within the first quarter, giving them a commanding 21-0 lead to start. However, the Little Rock Lobos refused to back down, scoring their first touchdown of the game with a precision pass from their quarterback, narrowing the gap to 21-6 late in the first quarter. Hoping to keep the momentum alive, the Lobos attempted a 2-point conversion, but faced stiff resistance from Lancaster's defense. This would be as close as they would get as Lancaster's offensive onslaught continued into the second quarter and throughout the rest of the game, limiting the Little Rock Lobos to just 6 points. The Eagles impressively racked up a total of 49 points, securing a decisive victory. With this win, Lancaster High improved its overall record to 3-3 and holds a 2-1 record in the Golden League, currently placing them in 4th place. Football enthusiasts looking to stay up to date and watch upcoming varsity football games this season can follow the action live on YouTube at youtube.com/@City of Lancaster, California, or tune in to Channel 28 on cable TV.
In this L28 news feature, Joseph Leo takes you on an exclusive journey into the world of Yellowstone Hibachi Grill. Delve into the inspiring story of the owners, exploring the hurdles they faced and their strong determination to turn their passion into a thriving family business. Here's Joe with more.
When you think of the name Yellowstone, you might think of that national park in Wyoming where you can see Old Faithful. Or you might think of that drama series starring Kevin Costner where land developers are trying to encroach on the land. I'm Joseph Leo from L28, and the Yellowstone that I speak of is Yellowstone Hibachi Grill, located here in Lancaster's own Soul Plaza Boutique Indoor Mall. Come with me as we experience culinary excellence. Yellowstone is a business born out of determination and a tribute to Luis Hernandez's hometown, who hails from Jalisco, Mexico, and was born in a ranch called Piedra Amarilla.
The name of Yellowstone is because I grew up in Guadalajara, Jalisco. The name is Piedra Amarilla, so I introduced it to Yellowstone in English because I want to do something different. I don't want to be like everybody. I want to be my person. I want to be me.
The pandemic hit hard, and Luis struggled to find stable work at Benihana, forcing him to take on a second job. Meanwhile, Lupe, Luis's wife, logged long hours driving for Uber and Lyft, but their combined earnings fell short of covering their expenses.
I decided to move it over here because when the pandemic passed, they don't give me enough hours. They give me like a couple of days. I said, I cannot live like that. I had to pay my bills. I had to pay my stuff, you know.
One day, after a grueling 12-hour shift at his second job, Luis received only $200, despite his employer boasting a $7,000 profit. Sensing something amiss, they took a leap of faith. Luis decided to take his grilling skills public, and the response was overwhelmingly positive, selling out on the first day. Empowered by this success, they boldly quit their jobs to sell hibachi every weekend, eventually relocating from Los Angeles to Lancaster and marrying the following April. Ironically, Luis was Lupe's Uber passenger, and they continued to sell food at J and 26th Street. Through networking, they found a home at Soul Plaza, acknowledging the challenging journey they've conquered, guided by faith. They are immensely grateful to everyone who supported their venture.
People like the steak and the shrimp. I suggest the trio because it has the 3 meats. So it has chicken, shrimp, and steak. And if you want fried rice is the way to go.
Yellowstone Hibachi Grill offers affordable dishes with generous portions, perfect for a satisfying yet budget-friendly meal.
I said this is the most popular that people order a lot, this one, because this one made me famous. This is my first trio I make. Right now we got a lot, but this is my first one, so everybody likes it. This is it.
They actively engage with their customers on Instagram at Yellowstone Hibachi, sharing new menu items, exclusive promotions, and behind-the-scenes glimpse of their culinary magic. You can also get gift certificates. For inquiries or a delightful dining experience, contact Yellowstone Hibachi Grill at 213-328-8774. This family-owned business is always ready to assist you. So it all started from Piedra Amarilla in Jalisco, Mexico. Now we're here at the Yellowstone Hibachi Grill in Lancaster, California. I want to thank so much Luis,
Thank you so
Lupe,
much.
their son Nicholas, and Cesar. You guys got to come out and check out Yellowstone Hibachi Grill.
Thank you, Joe, for that wonderful coverage and such an amazing feature.
Yellowstone Hibachi is really unique because it kind of gives you like that Benihana experience, but here locally in Lancaster.
Oh, awesome. And I've heard the owners, they have a wonderful backstory. They started off as an Uber driver and a passenger, believe it or not, and now they have created Yellowstone Hibachi Grill. I mean, we say it all the time, L28 at Yellowstone Hibachi Grill.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sheesh. Let's go right after this.
Let's go.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the City of Lancaster's news. I'm Angel.
And I'm Jacobo, and this has been
L28 News.